11,000 people today in the United States will have a 65th birthday. So people are aging into Medicare in very big numbers. And we used to think that aging in place at home was a dream and a goal and something to be excited about and to make real. But truthfully, it's a necessity now. There's just not skilled nursing facilities and places for everyone to go. So aging in the comfort of your own home and having services and healthcare and people help you in your home really is going to be the most optimal solution for the future. We have 1 million Medicare Advantage adults who are classified as elder orphans. They have no living relatives, no spouse, no kids, no parents, no grandparents, no anything. And so they are, who takes care of them? Who's there to drive them home from a total knee transplant? Who's there to take them to their primary care doctor? So we think about these things every day. People eat every day because of Papa. People go to doctor appointments every day because of Papa. People are alive today because of Papa. But this wouldn't be possible without many of you in this room, without our important health plan relationships. So we always want to pay homage back because you provide us access to do the very important work that we do. Frank here is a member of Florida Blue, and he is somebody that we have helped. Frank was a union iron worker for most of his career. He has pictures of himself on top of some of Miami and South Florida's tallest skyscrapers, which, I mean, I get scared flying in an airplane, so to see these pictures of him is a little bit scary. He had an amazing career. He had a vibrant life, and he had a fall. He fell several stories while working, and then things got pretty difficult for many years. Tara is a Papa Pal, and so she is a retired supervisor from the Miami-Dade Correctional Institution, had a very long career and was quite successful. She was a single child and helped her father later in his life. Now she finds value in helping other people in the community and you know, people who can you know, react positively to this help. They need this help. Without Tara, they wouldn't have this help. So Tara and Frank have been together as Papa and Papa Pal. And today we want to absolutely make sure that we tell their story and we hear from them and that we're able to you know, kind of bring the reality of these interactions to life, because we talk about them so often in the news or in a presentation or in a conversation, but to see an actual Papa Pal and a Papa together on the same stage and to talk about what this means for them is really important. Because I think that one of the things we don't necessarily talk a lot about is what the Papa Pal gets out of the experience. We think that it's almost a one-directional transmission of value. But in fact, what we're finding through our research is that both the Papa Pal and the Papa, the member, benefit so incredibly and so intrinsically from this human connection that, it's another very fascinating and inspirational dimension of the work that we do. Frank, let's start with you.
Okay.
So I told a little bit of your story, but tell us, how did you find out about Papa? What was your experience learning about Papa and ultimately enrolling in it?
It's the best experience in my life, because at first I thought it was a holiday. Kept calling me, and I'm like, let me call my Florida Blue Insurance and find out what's going on. I don't believe this. Must be dreaming. So I called them and I went over there and they told me, no, they're here to help you with every part of your life. I'm like, really? Like, how? They said, well, if you need transportation to go to the doctors, if you need transportation to go to the store to go grocery shopping, they'll even go grocery shopping for you and bring it to your house. They'll even do your laundry. They'll even come and companion. They'll even come cook for you. They'll come and clean your house. They'll come do so many things that I was like, what? Wait a minute, what is this, a holiday? And then I was like, okay, then sure, I'd love to join Papa. I need help. And being alone, and it's not very good. And but when I realized what Papa could do for me and help me in my situation, I never asked to be in this situation, but, and at the other hand, I never thought there was light at the end of the tunnel. But Papa Pal showed me that there is, and a lot of things kill people in my situation these days that, they want to commit suicide. And I'll be honest with you, at first, I didn't want to live no more because I never thought I was going to be able to walk. And pain is going to be part of my life forever. So that's okay. I accepted it. I'm alive. I get to see my daughter and my son and my kids on the other side of the world. But the most important thing is they do so much more to help you. It's like it's not even written in the book. They care. They care. And it makes me want to live more because I'll be honest with you, I thought my days were numbered. And thanks to Tara and Papa Pal family, I've been able to do a lot of things that my doctor has told me to do. I should try yoga. I did the bike riding. Thank you, but no thank you. And now, my daughter and my son, they don't even want me to ride a motorcycle. I don't blame them. I don't even want to ride one either no more. And now I get to do what I want to do to help me fight my pain and help me fight my battles and my inner demons that sometimes we need somebody we can talk to that cares. And the only people on this planet I know that care is Papa Pal. And they've done so much for me that I can't even explain half. And I've been in some situations that I didn't have nobody to call. And I said, let me call Papa Pal. And they talk with you and they let you know there's somebody out there that does care. And, I've been in the hospital. I had no way to get home after getting out the hospital. And I was like, let me call Papa Pal. Let me see what they could do for me. And they're like, where you at? Don't worry, we're sending somebody over to come and get you. I got family, but it's like everybody passes away and you don't want to bother nobody because everybody's working or everybody's got their own lives. And I don't like bothering nobody. But Papa Pal taught me that, there is people out there that care and you don't have to worry about asking for help. Don't be shy. Don't be scared. And I understand what they mean. But then the last couple of days, I've been a little bit depressed. I'm sorry, because I tried to help a veteran that was a veteran. He served in World War II and 25 jumps behind enemy line, and he's 91 years old. And he has insurance, and I tried to help him as much as I could. I wound up 11 days in the hospital after trying to help him. And I'm sorry. I just go all out. I don't care. Pain is going to be part of my life for the rest of my life, but you need help. So I tried calling his insurance and telling them about the Papa Pal, and they said, no, we don't have that. I'm like, what do you mean? This man needs help. He needs companionship. He needs somebody to maybe eat dinner with him, or maybe to chat with him, or play a domino game or a board game, or take him to go to the beach to go see the clouds like he loved it. But now he's in heaven. He don't have to worry about that no more. But if they would have gave him Papa Pal and let him, he would have lived to be 100 and something. And right now, I'm really sad. But, I'm happy because I get to spread the word and tell everybody about Papa Pal and how much they can help you. You don't have to feel lonely, even though your family's passed away or they might not be there to help you. There is somebody here in this world that can help you. And, you don't have to worry about going to the doctors alone. Who likes going to the doctors alone? Not me. I want somebody to let them know I'm coming home, but it's a hard thing living in life when you're alone. And nobody wants to be alone. And I learned being alone is not a good thing.
It's not.
And by getting in touch with Papa Pal, it's a companion beyond the human being's imagination. You could call them, you could talk with them, they could come and talk with you, spend time with you, and basically, I've been gaining weight. I was 146 pounds, and I gained up to 160, and there is light at the end of the tunnel, I'll be honest with you.
Frank, thank you. That's so heartfelt, and I know the audience feels it too, and we hear the passion in your voice and really appreciate you sharing that personal story. Tara, you joined Papa after a personal loss. What made you want to put yourself back out there and start giving back again?
Well, I retired from Miami-Dade Corrections pretrial services July 2020. And I always said, with my daddy, I called him JC, that's his name. I would, weekends, doctor's appointments, I would go and drive to Fort Pierce and come back to Miami to take him to his doctor's appointments. So during the COVID, he passed on his birthday. And it was only because he kept asking all family members, how old was my grandmother when she passed? And she passed at the age of 84. So he passed at the age of 84. So that year, from August to December, I was like, I'm bored, even though it was locked down and I couldn't get out. So January came and I said, I told my husband, I'm bored, I want to do something. And I went on the internet, put in part-time help for home care. A home care popped up and Papa Pal popped up. And it was the word Papa, my daddy, made me. And I did it. Everything was online. And I started September 2021, and I've been doing it ever since. What I like about the Papas, they give you history. Most of my Papas are in there. One was 65, and she called me her sister. The other one, my other Papas was 75 and older. I would take them shopping, go get their hair done. Let's go to breakfast. Let's go to dinner. Let's go to lunch. Can you take me here? Can you do this? Of course. No, I had no problem. I had no problem at all. I'm an only child, and I was like, okay, let me at least do something for other elderly people.
Yeah.
Because I like helping the elderly. I really do like helping the elderly. And I have a Papa tomorrow, even though I just had knee replacement. She wants me to come to her house, which my husband will be driving, but I will, she wants me to go to the post office to pick up her mail. So I told her I'll be there.
Really?
Yes. She's spoken to Hannah that works for Papa, and she's a sweetheart. All my Papas are sweethearts.
Amen.
And Tara, do you feel that you're getting something also out of the interaction? It makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you're giving back. It reminds you of helping your father.
Yes, it helps me, especially with the ladies, because my mother died when I was 8 years old. So my dad and I was very close. So it's like, I like talking to the women because they give you inspiration. They tell you history, give the history of things going on. Yeah. And very open and down to earth. Several of them text me for Christmas. My husband and I, we went to his country for the holidays to Dominica. And the first thing they asked me, you have WhatsApp? You have WhatsApp? I said, yep, I have. So they would text me, call me. So, I like what I'm doing. I really do. I'm grateful and honored to be with Papa.
And we're so lucky to have you. Thank you for sharing your story, too. Frank, you were once cut off from your family because your phone wasn't working.
Yes. What a nightmare. What a nightmare. Halfway around the world, I couldn't get in touch with my kids for a week. And one day I had a doctor's appointment. Papa Pal picked me up, took me to the doctor's appointment at Mount Sinai, and I asked the Papa Pal, is there any way you can help me with this phone? Because I'm about to throw it out the window. It's like, I'm computer illiterate, I'm sorry, but if you tell me to climb a skyscraper, I'll fly up there. Why climb when you can fly? And she grabbed the phone, and I explained to her. So she uploaded the software, and we must have spent about 30, 45 minutes at the doctor's office, and he told me, I want you to take yoga. Yoga? What, you want me to stick my foot behind my neck? I got more hardware in my spine than you do in your motor, in your car. How am I going to do this? No. I need you to learn to relax because, you're so hyper. I can't stand still when I sleep. How can I not be? I'm here by a miracle. So the Papa Pal, we left the office and went to the lobby, and we sat there for about 15 minutes waiting for the phone to download. And I was like, oh my God, my daughter and my son, I haven't spoken to them for a week. My daughter's 17 and my son is 16, and they're in Asia, in the Philippines. And I'm still alive. So I'm on a mission from heaven. So Miss Caroline tells me, I fixed your phone. It's already downloaded. Wow, holy Christ. Now you can get in touch with your kids in the Philippines. I'm like, are you serious? I got up, tears came out my eyes, and I asked her, can I give you a hug? And I gave her a hug, and she gave me a hug, and she said, it's no problem. We're here to help you. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you got no idea. You just saved my life because I was feeling so depressed this whole week. She said, all you have to do is call Papa Pal, and don't worry, we're here to help you in any way we can. And believe me, you couldn't even imagine what it is to go out and eat and you're by yourself. Nobody likes eating by themselves. Nobody likes going anywhere by themselves. And I'll tell you something, if it wasn't for Papa Pal, I wouldn't be here right now talking to you guys, because right now, it's a miracle I'm still here. I don't wish nobody in my position ever. But I live life to the fullest, and I tell you, before I met Papa Pal, I gave up hope. Because, to get transportation, to go to the doctors, or to go to the store, or take my medication and take the risk of hitting somebody in a car or running somebody over, I don't want that on my conscience. And there's things, activities I like doing, like going to the beach. It gives me life. I'm in the water, in the ocean, and I don't want to touch the land ever again. I'm free from pain that's never going to go away. But then, now I know how to deal with it. And I'm not alone no more. I have Papa Pal. And I've been in situations that I didn't know what to do, and I called Papa Pal. And they haven't left me hanging one day yet. And I'm so grateful. And I try to spread the word to everybody I know that's in a situation like mine or above. And I'll tell you something, I don't wish nobody to be in my position, because not having family really is very hard. And Papa Pal is family. There's no way they'll leave you alone. And I'm living proof. I'm still here. And if you could do what I've done for a living and still be here, I'll walk in your shoes any day.
Show them your picture, please. This is Frank. How many stories up is that, Frank?
I would say about 100.
100 stories. Did you have a parachute on during that picture?
No, not even a harness.
No.
Because you got to make a choice in life. How you want to go? In pain, or you want to go straight to the Golden Gates?
Tara, you've told us that when you are driving in a car and you see people at the bus stop, that you just want to give them a ride, and it makes you sad to see them. How do we how do we create more Taras? How do we?
I don't think you can create another Tara. I'm Tara. But we do need more pals.
Amen.
I have spoken to some of my friends. I had two to sign up to be a pal. I even spoke to my family members, and they don't like me when I'm in my car driving. You have a pop in your car? Yes, I do. I say, Miss Barbara. I'm gonna say Miss Barbara. I say, Miss Barbara, this is Julia. Julia's from Palm Beach. And they started talking. The next thing I know, they're talking about the Bible. So I said, okay. Everyone knew my husband. They always say, how's your hubby? He's fine. And when he calls, I say, Miss Barbara in the car. Hi, Miss Barbara. So, everyone, all my papas know my husband. And I don't know how we can get more pals. I mean, I have a big mouth, and I have told plenty of people about the program.
Yeah.
I told my cousin last year, and she was mad because of health insurance. But this year she called and said, guess what? I have Papa. Yes, her health insurance. She was mad.
Wow.
But so far, so good.
Amazing.
I just do it by word of mouth.
You both have such a magical story, and there's only one of you. But we need more people with goodness in their hearts that want to help Frank and others who are struggling. My father passed, and I used to love talking to him about, he was in the Korean War, but he was a World War II historian, and he just knew every date of everything that happened because he was growing up during World War II, and I miss our conversations, and I know that I can't easily have a conversation with somebody about World War II because that generation is getting older and older. Your relationship is special, and what you've done together is super special. I have a friend named Steve Orbeck in Chicago. He's about 10 years older than me. He worked his whole career in a hardware store. And about 2 years ago, he was diagnosed before having a widowmaker heart attack. And so they went in and he had a balloon angioplasty on, I think, 4 sections of his heart. So he was a different, he's not the same person that I remember. He has a totally different attitude about life. Did not want to go back to the hardware store. Did not want to do that grind. He wanted to retire and do something to give back to people who had given to him, so he became a Papa Pal. And he's become very significant in the Asian community in the suburbs of Chicago. But he took a member on a visit to a doctor's appointment, waited in a local park. He's from Chicago, Illinois. And while he was in the park, he went into a store that was in his old neighborhood and saw his best friend from high school, and they had had a disagreement 30 or 40 years earlier, like a complete misunderstanding as it now unfolds. And they are now friends again. They reconnected. And so that was an unintended consequence of that experience. But he's doing it and he loves it. And he had a life experience. And that's really where he wants to be. As I was growing up, I watched the immortal Fred Rogers. I don't know how many in this room remember Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. It was a very gentle program. You turned it on and just putting his shoes on, changing from his outside shoes to his slippers was this whole like really big sequence of interestingness. But Fred, had a saying, to find the people who are helpful. And I think he's was a really good human being like Tara and like Frank. And I think that as we continue on the next day of our sessions and our time together, let's think about a time that we were a pal to somebody, because you can be a pal and not work for Papa. You can be a pal in many different ways. People are pals every day and they don't realize it. Think about somebody who's been a pal to you and who's helped you at a time that you needed it. I was telling Tara I had a surgery on my ankle and I was non-weight bearing. I had 3 Papa Pals coming to my house to help me bring my knee roller up and down my stairs, which is really hard to do when you're alone, actually. Almost very dangerous, possibly impossible. But let's think about those things, and let's incorporate those into our dialogue, and think about, who are the people who are helpers? Where are more Taras, and how can we continue to help more Franks? Because his story, I'm sure it captured a place in your heart like it did with mine. He went through something pretty incredible, and you have to go through that alone. And to know that there is help is something that you cannot even describe. And I know exactly what you went through, and I think your relationship is magical, and I just really appreciate you both being here. Any questions for Frank or Tara? Anybody want to know anything about them or their relationship? Dr. Shu?
Thank you so much, Tara and Frank, for sharing your story. Eugene from Elevance Health. Can you talk a little bit more about like your first interaction and like just before that, and like what you expected? Were you nervous? Like, can you, like what were your, like what, maybe Frank, if you initiated that, like what was the need that you were, like what was the service you thought you were going to get? And then, how was that first interaction?
Well, whew, you asked $1 million question, but I'm going to give it to you. I had surgery, the last surgery I had in 2015, and I had more screws and some other things done to my spine, and I was alone, divorced, and the most saddest part in my life. So from 2015 to 2021, oh wow, Papa Pal came into my life, and I got a call one day, and they didn't stop calling. It was for about a week, and I was like, what is this? Who these people are? Papa Pal. What is this, a holiday? I'm in more pain than you could ever imagine. What can they do for me? So I got tired. I went to the Florida Blue office, and I explained to them, I keep getting this call. It's in the morning, and it's in the afternoon, and it's in the evening. And they say they're Papa Pal. Is this a scam? Are they trying to rob me, or what's going on? And they're like, no, it's not. They work for us, and they're here to help you. Services that you might not know that you can get, but they will help you. I'm like, you know what kind of service I need? They want me in a wheelchair, and I refuse. They say I ain't going to be here for too much longer, and I refuse to believe it. But they keep telling me I'm on a mission from heaven, and when Papa Pal came, the first time, it was like what they told me in the office in Florida Blue, everything they told me was exactly what they said. You're going to be so surprised how much help you're going to get from Papa Pal. Just not transportation, companion, and, depression and stress and not being able to talk to my kids, which I made a promise to. I belong to them now, nobody else. And, after everything, I got so comfortable with Papa Pal. And they go beyond and beyond to help you. And I couldn't believe it. I thought, they take you grocery shopping, and I'm like, wow. And then one day I had to go to the grocery store, but I have a problem. I can't walk slow. And I have to walk a little bit fast so she don't kick me in the ass, because she don't love me anymore. But I know one day she will, and that's the pain. I call her her. She has a very pretty name. And when the driver told me, are you okay? I'm like, thanks for caring, but I got to let you know something. I got to walk. This is the way I walk. So if you want to walk the way you walk, it's fine with me. I got to move, you know. And I suffer from, post-traumatic stress disorder. My life was taken with the blink of an eye, and I came back and had a broken neck, broken back, left rotator cuff, right rotator cuff. I'm here in front of you to tell you if it wasn't for Papa Pal helping me get to therapy and to talk, the conversations, and letting me know that, you don't have to be depressed all your life and stressed out. We're here to help you. And I was like, wow, I can't believe it. But what killed me the other day, I couldn't help a veteran that he passed away at 4 a.m. in the morning 2 days ago, and he needed Papa Pal so bad. I'd do anything in the world to see him here today, to bring him here, to let you know how much people, especially elderly, my mother right now, she don't got Papa Pal. And I'm like, you've been here longer than me and you can't get this service? God, it's a shame. But, I said, well, today I'm going to a Papa Pal. They asked me to go and talk about how much they've helped me, but how much I wish they could help my mother too. And they could have helped the general. Could have gave him another maybe 10 years, 15 years. Caring is so much. People like me that we don't have nobody, but they come and go and come, and the only people I have is my kids. And my daughter's 34, my daughter's 33, my son's 32, and my daughter that's in Asia and my son that's in Asia is 17 and 15. And being away from them is a real big part of my life. It gets the best of me. I make sacrifices because I want to make sure they have everything that I couldn't have when I was growing up. And that makes me stronger, knowing that I get support from Papa Pal and somebody to talk to and somebody to give me advice, because sometimes talking to the wall and the Bible doesn't help. You need somebody to talk to you in return.
It's incredible. Thank you, Frank, so much. Do we have one more question?
Hey, this is Andrew. I don't have a question. I actually just want to say thank you so much for being here. Like, the whole reason we built Papa is for you all. And I'm getting the chills just thinking about it, and it's just so powerful. And just a little bit of help that we could provide makes me and the team and hopefully everyone here feel really important.
We let a veteran pass away because nobody could go ever visit him.
We're going to try to stop that as much as we possibly can, and we're glad we've made an impact in your life.
I try to help him, and then for helping him, I spend 11 days in Mount Sinai. I'm like, I can only do so much, but I get these bursts of energy that...
You're a good man, Frank.
I try to do what I can to help people, but there's only so much I can do. And they tell me, you go beyond. Well, I'm still here. I got to do something, because if I'm here, if you're here for a reason. And I don't wish nobody ever suffer as much pain as I do. Well, I don't, if I can help anybody that's in worse condition than me, I'll do it, because I feel that if Papa Pal can help me, I can help spread the word to help people that need help like me.
Thank you, Frank. That's amazing.
Incredible.
Thank you both. Thank you so much.
Frank and Tara.
Thank you. Thank you, Papa Pal. Thank you, Tara.